Yeah. You ready? Hey. Let's go. Back. Yo, once again I'm back around. Real shit back in style. Haters reconcile. I'm so black and proud. First class tickets now. Feet all in the eye. Everybody looking down. Everybody get red when you brown, huh? Looking me up. I'm putting it down. You picking it up. Checking the models. They want us to go to college just so we can be stuck. Go to school to make a living, or teach yourself to make a fortune. Common sense. Welcome to the apocalypse. Bitch, I'm one of the horsemen. I don't need your endorsement. I don't need reinforcement. Giving you your last warning, cause I'm at my prime. Hey, hey, we at our prime. Yeah, I'm at my prime. Hey, hey, I'm at my prime. Whoa, said I'm at my prime.
You know, if people don't know you for your notoriety and the good things that you do in life, they will know you for what you do, such as Diet Do and Hikes boots. And everybody always said, bro, why are you always wearing those boots? You know, I don't know. They're comfortable. I like to wear my Hikes boots. And if I don't have a Diet Do in my pocket, I've been robbed. I'm Gray Young, Chief of Training at South Bossier Fire, contract fireman to DeSoto Parish Fire District number 9, and I work full-time for LSU Fireman Training. Been in the fire service a little over 20 years. My main job in the fire service is training firemen. I like to go out and I get to visit firemen in all different paid, volunteer, combination departments, and do different types of training with those firemen. I got into the training end of the fire service early on in my career as a volunteer for South Bossier Fire. I started about 20 years, so about 15 years ago, I started training firemen and found out that it was really more rewarding to me to train than it is to do anything else in the fire service. Training is one of the things that keeps us safe, lets us go home to our families, and you get to watch somebody that has zero knowledge about anything fire service related turn into a full-blown professional firefighter. So my life is all about fire. I work as a fireman at the district. I work for LSU full-time, volunteer at South Bossier, and I train. That's what I do daily. And things I do to unwind, I have 2 granddaughters that I love very dearly, and I have the Buddha pig. And Buddha is my best friend. I never knew you could love a pig. I love him. He makes me smile. He makes me smile more than Boudin does. I love my Buddha pig, and every time I come home or I come back from a trip, I'm going to Baton Rouge again. When I got back from Baton Rouge the last time, I kissed my wife. I'm like, Booty! So I had to go look for my pig, and of course he was happy to see me, and little pigtail going round and round, and he was winking at me. But if I have a bad day, tired from training, bad shift, or just want to just go sit, he listens. He's a great ear. My wife and I both got in the fire service at the same time out in South Bossier. I told her, hey, I want to be a fireman. And she's like, go ahead and do what you want to do. And she joined South Bossier about a month or two later. And we were going up the same road, and we were the young guys, and the old folks would take us under their wings and teach us. I wore gear from somebody that was passed on, and here, brother, wear this gear, let me show you, let me show you, let me show you. And we're going up the same road, but the road forked for me and my wife. I took the fire road and she took the EMS road. I'm a EMT basic again. I was an intermediate for about 15 years. I went back to basic. My wife took the paramedic route, and she prefers EMS over fire. Now, she can fight fire. She's got just as many certifications and qualifications as just about anybody on any department, but she prefers taking care of people, not only patients, but she's the one on scene that will grab you and say, all right, you need to go to rehab. And I'm the kind of person that goes to rehab, sneaks out the other side of the ambulance so I can go back and get me some more fire. I can tell you about the worst call. That's one of the things that people say, when they find, oh, you're a fireman, what's the worst thing you've ever seen? And I wish they wouldn't do that, because then you start thinking back of all the bad runs. But the worst call that I was ever on was holding inline on my own daughter when she had a go-kart wreck. And she was looking at me going, help me, Daddy, and am I gonna die today, Daddy? I'm like, no, not today, Cass. And that was the turning point in my career, that I went from just being a fireman to I want to be the best. If you can hold inline on your own daughter, that made me a great fireman, in my opinion, especially on EMS. I'm not afraid of any call. That we've got OB emergencies, you go to diabetics, you go to motor vehicle crashes, and if you can hold inline on your own daughter, there is no worse call. That was probably without a doubt, the worst call that I've ever been on. That has been a challenge, is this new group or new age group of firemen that are coming through. And the funny thing is anybody that knows me or has known me for a while, I'm the same age as everybody else. I'm 53, but they're not. But I think of everybody all as equally in age. But I have come across some people recently that are coming up, if you want to call them the millennials or whatever, the Tide Pod eaters, whatever you want to call them. And their method of learning is completely different from the way I learned. I have got to have a book made out of trees that I can flip the pages through. And they are perfectly fine looking at an app or using their mobile to do training on. And it's a challenge to adapt. I'm a book guy. How do you teach this new bunch of folks that are coming through that all they're doing is staring at a cell phone? That has been a challenge for us. We've adapted. There are ebooks out now that, well, fine, use your ebook. I'm gonna use my paper book, but that has been a real challenge. And I don't know, I'm not speaking for the whole age group, because I've got grown daughters that are that age, but I was doing a training one time and chainsaw chain was loose. I said, hey man, can you go get me a Phillips head screwdriver? He said, is that the plus sign or the minus sign? I'm like, hang on, where's your toolbox at? And I don't know. You just think everybody learns the same, but they don't. They absolutely do not learn the same. So being an instructor, you do have some challenges. And the folks that I just talked about, the younger generation that don't learn the same, one of the things about being an instructor is being a coach first, because they get down to the dumps. You got to bring them back up. They say, what do you call a doctor that passed med school with a 70? You call him a doctor. Well, I want the doctor that scored 100. So you build them up, say, oh, look, you only scored a 70, but it's the same as everybody else's, but you missed 30. And the minimum is one step above inadequate. So coaching people, the problem children, and spending a little extra time, that's brotherhood. That's paying it forward. That's spending a lot of time not in the regular formal setting, helping those people. That's their life they're putting on the line. And at the end of the day, we all need to go home. So spending time with somebody that's not quite grasping it and trying to learn why they're not getting it. Maybe they don't use books. Maybe they're better at some things electronic, or have a real close friend of mine couldn't start a vent saw, and she was getting bashed. You can't start a vent saw, you can't start a vent saw. True. But she's smaller than you. She can go in a confined space rescue. So there's a give and take in the fire service, and everybody can't be everything. Pick one thing and be damn good at it.
Let's go. Bet. Yo, once again I'm back around. Real shit back in style. Haters reconcile. I'm so black and proud. First class tickets now. Feet all in the eye. Everybody looking down. Everybody get red when you drown, huh? Look at me, up. I'm putting it.
Click like on Black Helmet Films, then immediately go to YouTube and like there and watch the film over and over and over again. Put it on loop and keep playing that so that money keeps coming in and supporting these guys.